Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Monday. It is warming up, at least where I live. It has been in the triple digits for the past few days, if not more. We just had our power go out yesterday, which was really fun to deal with because even with a generator, we still don't have AC, so it definitely got very, very, very warm. And that makes sense because it's summer. So summer is hot, that's just how it is. And summer is also the time for school being out, so it's a time where kids can have fun, where parents can do activities with kids if they have time. Kids love being outdoors, so it kind of presents like a conflict because being outdoors is great during summer. It's a great way to occupy kids, it's a great way to spend time, get your vitamin D, spend time with nature. So many benefits, but the heat can have bad effects on people as well. Heat exhaustion, just to name like the most serious one, and well, not most serious one, but you know what I mean. So it's hard finding that balance between letting your kids be outside, even yourself being outside, and knowing to protect yourself from the same thing that you're trying to enjoy. So today's vlog is 7 steps to a safer summer, and it's tips for anyone and everyone, basic things to remember, because like I said, summer is fun. It's a great time to just do whatever you want to do in a sense if you can, but it's also super important to remember these 7 steps, if not more, because it will keep you safe, happy, healthy, and be able to enjoy summer more. So step number 1 is water. And I don't mean being in the water, I mean consuming your water. I carry this around with me every single day. It's 25 ounces, so I fill it up at least twice a day. I try and do more if I can, but I'm at least filling this up twice a day because water is the most important thing you can have in the summer. It's what your body runs off of. It's what you're sweating a lot out because it's hot. So it's the most important thing to get in your body is water. So make sure you have this on hand at all times, whether you're at home and you have access to it in your home, and if you're away, make sure you're having one of these or some sort of one of these to keep your water intake up. Simple. Step number 1, super simple, water. Step number 2, sunscreen. So I know some people are like, oh, I don't use sunscreen, I tan, I do whatever, but if I could recommend anything, it would at least be putting sunscreen on your face. That is the part of us that tends to get the most sun, and our arms too, but I don't want to argue with you if you do your thing and like to tan or whatever and have your system, but for me, it's super, super, super important to have sunscreen on. There's even tinted sunscreen nowadays. It's just super important. It's great protection against the sun. There's lots of waterproof options. Shameless plug, absolute shameless plug actually, because I truly care about the health and safety and happiness of little ones. So in case you didn't know already, I do sell sunscreen at Earth to Mama. I sell this uber sensitive sunscreen mineral lotion, and it is pretty much an eczema cream in sunscreen form. So it's great for anyone and everyone. And then there's also this baby face sunscreen for little ones, because again, little one's skin is super fragile and needs to be protected almost more than ours, and they cannot do it themselves, so you have to be making sure to apply sunscreen to your little ones, even if you're the type that doesn't want to apply it to yourself. Step number 2, sunscreen. Step number 3 is sun gear, which I know can sound really weird. I couldn't think of a better name for it. It's just basic things like sunglasses if you're out and about. I even had to set up a pop-up to give myself shade because it is so hot and bright outside. Even having a hat around is definitely a good thing to keep. There's hats for babies, there's sunglasses that with the band that goes around for babies, there's water protective gear, like almost like wetsuits that are 2 pieces to help protect baby's skin, as well as your skin. Definitely keep in your eyes, definitely keep a pair of sunglasses handy. Whether it's a summer hat like this, I also have a baseball cap type hat that says "Be Kind" that I wear. Just making sure to have that sun gear available for yourself to wear if you're going out, especially if you're at home. You might be able to control the shady environment that you're in, like I'm doing right now. But if you're out and about, definitely make sure to have some sun gear for yourself and for your little ones. So first 3 steps, and they're super easy steps. It's just you got to remember them, and like I said, you will have a safer, more fun summer. So water, sunscreen, sun gear. Number 4 is take breaks from the sun. So like I said before, if you're at home, you might be able to control the shade in your environment. If so, great. Even then, I would still recommend taking breaks and going inside for activities every now and then, especially if you do have central air. If not, if you have a cooler home or anything, it's definitely good to take a break from the heat, especially for little ones. I know they might want to keep going, but it's good to get them inside and cool their inner core temperature back down instead of getting them to a point where they can reach heat exhaustion. And same with yourself. So definitely make sure you're taking breaks from the sun, you are keeping hydrated, and you're letting your core temperature come back down to what it's supposed to be before you go out and start heating yourself back up again. Even if you happen to be in water outdoors, it's not the same thing. You definitely still want to take a break from the sun and go somewhere indoors, go somewhere in the shade and cool down. So super easy to do. It's just a matter of remembering to do it. The next 3 are more tips to remember. These are important things to do just to make sure you can have more fun in the summer. Number 5 is more or less health-wise. You do not want to go from extreme or to extreme temperature changes. So I actually learned this from my husband, who used to do heating and air and solar and all sorts of jobs. And so if you are very, very warm and you feel like you're overheating, you do not want to drink ice cold water. That can shock your system. It can make you feel nauseous, vomit, which then dehydrates you more. You want to drink some room temperature water. And again, as your body temperature and core temperature is able to reach its base level, then you can start drinking colder and colder water. So just remember, gradual is better. And same thing with really cold. You don't want to go to really hot really fast because of the shock to your system. I know there's exercises and things that can be done that revolve around this, but if you're doing it yourself, not in a controlled environment and not knowing what you're doing, extreme temperature change is actually very bad for your system. So avoid that as much as possible. So that's the first 5 already. The first 4 were very more or less having to do with safety issues and being able to be outside and enjoy it more. The 5th one was more or less health-wise and how to keep yourself healthy in the sun. Number 6 is keeping up on your property. So making sure there's that fire safety line, weed eating or weed whacking or however you call it, making sure dead trees are gone, lines are cleared, just doing that fire safety stuff. If that's not a thing where you live, I totally understand, but where I live, we have an entire fire season where we have power safety shutoff events, so we also have to be very careful because our power can go out. Yesterday, ironically, was not one of those. It was just an ironic event, but in any case, we still have to be prepared for fires that could pop up because we kind of live in the middle of nowhere, and we need to make sure that if a fire does happen near us, hopefully we have some sort of fire line to help protect us before and as we find our route out. Which brings me to number 7, which is having a fire safety checklist and to-go list ready. So knowing how many animals are in your home. That's a really good thing to put on your door, especially if you're not home most of the time. You can put, here's what animals live in my home, here's what they look like. That's always in case of rescue type things. Having a checklist ready of things that need to be in order if a fire is to happen and you cannot protect yourself from that fire. Having a list of things ready to go instead of scrambling at that moment, trying to think of what's important to throw into a bag and having to panic more trying to get everything in order. So you want to have a checklist ready to go. You want to know, okay, if I have animals, I have carriers or I have a way to transport them. If I have children, I have to-go bags ready for them, whether they're little ones and I need diapers, formula, water, anything you can think of for your little ones that you need in case of an emergency. Yourself, anything you can think of. If there's super, super, super important memorabilia around the house that cannot be replaced, because remember, things can be replaced, as unfortunate as it is, but I know some things can't. For example, I actually have a lot of very, very sentimental family photos that have been passed down to me from my grandma that contain pictures of my great-great-grandparents. So I know that if I lose those, they're gone. So those are actually in totes with lids, like to-go bins, in our storage area, so they're ready to just grab and throw in the back of our pickup and head out. Other things like that as well, like my dad's ashes, we would have to grab those on our way out, and just certain important things like that. So having a to-go list and checklist ready just makes you feel safer when things, or if things arise, because that way you know that you're ready and you can save yourself and your family, and you know you're not leaving anything important behind. So those last two also can help you feel a little safer too, especially if you're not at home, knowing that you have a property line or like your fire safety line is good to go. We also have our like to-go list printed and posted on a cupboard, so if any one of us is not home, the other ones who are in the home know what to grab of the other person, so we can grab it and go. And it just gives you that assurance, knowing that you don't have to feel insecure if you're leaving your home, especially during fire season and during a hot summer. So if that's how it is where you live, like it is where I live, those last two are mainly so you can protect your mental well-being against summer threats. But other than that, the other ones were super important to remember every single day during summer, even if it's cloudy, because the clouds are just masking the sun and the sun is still there, so it still has every single effect, if not magnified. So definitely remember your water, your sunscreen, your sun gear, take breaks from the sun, and don't do extreme temperature changes. Other than that, just keep your fire safety line prepared and ready to go, as well as your fire safety checklist and to-go list for if something happens. So that is the topic of today's vlog. It's pretty easy, short, sweet, and to the point, and it's just something that I feel, like I said, could help anyone and everyone, especially during this time. If you can think of anything else, definitely add that to your own list. This is not a complete comprehensive list. It's just a starter. 7 steps to a safer summer. It's less than 10 steps. You can write them down if it helps you remember. Once you get into the habit of it, like doing it every single day, it will just become second nature, which was actually the topic of last week's vlog. So if you want to kind of dive into that and how that works, definitely check out last week's vlog, because it can help you do better with creating habits, and then you can actually create this habit of being safer during summer. And like I said, if you're the type of person who is embracing the summer and already it feels like you're completely prepared, at least if you have little ones or no little ones around you, try to make sure that they're prepared, because they don't have the same ability to take care of themselves the way that we can. So thank you so much for watching today's vlog. I truly thank you for being here and for your support. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. Like I said, check out last week's vlog because it could definitely help you understand, or at least help out a little trying to get into, hi kitty, this week's vlog. So, like I said, summer's about having fun, so once you get these steps into your routine, you'll be able to feel more confident having fun in the summer and enjoy it more. So, if you're new here as well, definitely subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification button so you don't miss another video by me. There's tons of fun topics and resources, and if you ever have any ideas that you would like me to do, definitely drop those in the comments. I would love to do any topic that you would love. That's what I'm about, is helping my community, because this truly is a community. And sorry, my cat is distracting me. Yeah, so try to remember those 7 steps. Like I said, write them down if they help. Once you get in the habit though, you will just be able to enjoy your summer, have fun, feel confident knowing that you're safe, and yeah, have a fun summer. So join me next week. I will have another fun topic to go over, and thank you so much again for watching. I will see you next week.